Charles Walhingford back again with another book, Cigars in a Book, Books and Cigars. And this is a series that I am starting, and this is just the second book involved in this series. This is a book that I should have read a long time ago. This is a book that is really special to me, not because it's just that innovative or motivating or whatever. It's because of the gentleman about this book, as you probably know by the title and the thumbnail, Anthony Bourdain. This is his first book. This is his somewhat biography. The reason why I say it's been a while, it took too long, because I've been a fan of him for a long time. I've been watching his shows for a long time. He was actually my hero as a culinary student. This is what I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be like Anthony Bourdain. Be a great chef, explore the world, go to different places, eat their food. This book isn't about or anything close to what his TV shows were about. Going to other places, eating somebody else's food, enjoying the culture and everything else. That's not what this book is about. This book is completely different than that. It goes into what it was like to be a cook and a chef in New York City during this time. This was the mid 80s when this was going down. So if you know anything about the mid 80s, especially in New York, it's a little crazy. Before I get into the more detail about the book, I'm going to tell you, what are we smoking today? Today we're smoking the Montecristo No.2. That's a Cuban cigar. A very, very famous Cuban cigar. A cigar I would highly recommend to anyone if you're new to Cubans. And if you're not new to Cubans, of course you know what this cigar is about. You probably have a couple in your humidor right now. Alongside of that, I decided to talk about the alcohol I'm drinking right now. This distilled aged spirit, single malt Scotch whiskey. That's the Glengowan 18 year. Goes really great with this Cuban cigar. All right, back to the book. Like I said, the book's not about his TV shows. It's about a deep dive in the dirty, dangerous, seedy, highly competitive and volatile world of culinary world of restaurants and cooks and chefs in fine dining, or sometimes not so fine dining, but finer dining establishments in New York City. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, all right, that makes sense, but you probably wouldn't know that I'm talking about not bad food and good food. I'm not talking about getting cut by a knife while you're working or anything like that, or passing inspections with the various inspectors that come through to see if you are up to a standard with cleanliness and such. Like, no, I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about illegal drug use. I'm talking about actual fights. I'm talking about sex with employees, non-employees, all while on the clock. All while on the clock, while you should be cooking, you're doing all these things all at the same time. That's what I'm talking about. And then also goes into how difficult it is to run a restaurant. Running a restaurant is highly, highly volatile and crazy. A good restaurant can go out of business. Absolutely. A good chef making good food can run a restaurant into the ground. Anthony Bourdain explains how he watched that happen, and he also talked about how he did it himself as the chef. It's a crazy one. It's a wild one, and it was absolutely enjoyable. It was a Very quick read, only because it was an absolute page turner. It was entertaining, or I said that it was very inspiring to, if you decide you want to be a chef, or maybe a little bit scary if you're thinking about getting into food or opening up your own restaurant. You probably should read this book if you plan on opening up your own restaurant. Um, the only thing I would say about this book is also educational, but what I would say about this book that may be a little bit may take away from the enjoyment. There are some terms that you may not be aware of that happen, that are used in cooking and in restaurants, that will actually enhance the enjoyability of the book. But otherwise, you still could have a good time reading this book. Guys, take the time out, sit down, have a good book, turn off the computer, turn off YouTube. Yes, I'm saying turn off YouTube. Put down your phone, hide your phone, give your brain a little bit of rest and some exercise. Stimulate your brain another way and read a book. And this book, Kitchen Confidential, is absolutely how I would spend my money and spend my time. All right, guys, I'll see you later.